Good morning. It's Monday, October 8th. Welcome to Morning Joe. With us on set, we have MSNBC contributor Mike Barnicle.
Hey, Mike.
Political editor and White House correspondent for the Huffington Post here in the studio, Sam Stein.
That's exciting.
Nice boy.
He's happy to
And managing editor of Fortune magazine, Andy Serwer. Yeah.
Andy,
Hey.
good to see you. How did
you?
Columbia do this weekend?
It was an L. It was not a W.
That's
Lehigh, I believe.
Lehigh.
Lehigh.
The
They
Columbia,
went out to Pennsylvania and lost the football game.
The Columbia, what are you guys?
Lions.
Lions,
The
exactly.
Lions.
I knew that, of course. I know your Ivy League team mascots. Hey, Mika. So, something weird's happening in this campaign. You know, sometimes you'll have an event, and as the event goes by, you'll just sort of count the days and wait for the buzz to dissipate, because it always does, because we get so easily distracted. We're talking this weekend, and you're hearing it, and I'm hearing it. This terrible debate performance, the impact seems to keep growing and growing. It's like turning now into an urban legend. By the middle of next week, people will say Barack Obama can't walk down the sidewalk without stumbling. I'm stunned by... I mean, the Republicans are excited, but I'm stunned by how Democrats seem to keep getting more depressed every day. I've had people that have never voted Republican in their life saying, I may have to do it this year.
I think there's been that. There's also been a little bit of a back and forth about the jobs numbers that have made the Republicans look desperate. So, but yes, overall, I think the debate had a terrible impact for the president, one that I think is surprisingly lasting.
Why is that?
After. Well, because a lot of people were watching, and because you're wondering why things don't work in Washington, and when you see two people go head-to-head and you see it be so starkly clear stylistically, you kind of wonder if that is brought home.
That the president's disconnected.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work to be done in the next debate. I mean, a lot of work.
Mike,
He's going to have to get his hands dirty.
I take it if we're hearing this, I take it you're hearing the same thing too. I mean, we could talk specifics about, like, for instance, a Democratic pollster who tells me they've lost 6 points in Colorado since the debate. But more than polls, because polls do move around, I'm interested in the people that come up to me on the street and my Democratic friends and what they're saying to me. And I won't say there's a sense of panic, but there has been a real
conversation.
The emperor has no clothes moment over the past week, and it keeps growing by the day. That's why I'm bringing this up. And everybody that's watching is hearing this in their own hometowns as well.
Well,
it's stunning.
It's certainly no mystery after last week's performance. But you pick up anecdotally, and then from talking to people in the business, in the actual business of measuring this stuff on a daily basis, there's a segment of the voters, we might as well call them the disappointed voter. People who voted for the president 4 years ago, and who have been going back and forth for the last year and a half over things they thought that the president would do, that this administration would accomplish, that have not happened. So they're sort of disappointed in his presidency. So you come to the debate last week, and they look at Romney, and they go, oh, a guy like that couldn't have killed a steelworker's wife. Remember that ad that they put on? And you take their level of disappointment with now their astonishment at the president's performance, and they are now in play. That, I think, is the biggest danger for the president and his reelection team.
And Andy, you have the press circling the wagons wildly for Barack Obama, saying, why didn't he bring up the 47%? Why didn't he bring up Bain? Well, he did bring up Bain, and he talked about the exporting of jobs, and that was Mitt Romney's best moment, where he said, I've been in business for 25 years. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
And Barack Obama immediately goes down and starts looking at his paper again.
Why didn't he bring an oxygen tank? You know, the theory about the altitude. I think there were a couple things going on. First of all, everyone thought, well, this is Obama's strong suit, so of course he's going to do well. That's why it still resonates, because he did badly. He didn't do well, number one. Number two, people say debates don't matter. Well, guess what they do if you blow it. And number three, what's interesting going forward into this week, I think it puts pressure on Joe Biden, maybe exactly what the Obama team didn't want, which is Biden to feel the pressure of having to do well, which maybe is not a good place for Biden to be.
He's going to be great.
Yeah.
He's going to be great.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
He's actually going to...
Well, he is used to it.
Yes.
Well,
And he's
unlike the president.
And his decades working in Congress will help with back. I mean, I think Paul Ryan is outmatched. But you know what? Whenever we say this before the debate, we set them up.
Right.
All right. Sam Stein, do you agree?
I thought the president did wonderful. No, I'm surprised there are 15% of the public who think he won the debate. You talk to any Democrat, they concede that he lost. And I think what you're getting at, Joe, is one, Democrats love to freak out. I mean, they are just born to freak out. Anytime if Obama were to sneeze walking down the street, they would freak out about it.
Right. The president gave Democrats a reason to freak out.
So what I'm getting,
this is not an overreaction.
You have to finish my sentence, which is in this case, he gave them
Ross Perot suddenly.
He gave them reason to freak out. And, I think there was a twofold problem here. One was Obama just didn't show up, clearly. The second was that, Romney did come off, presented himself as a sort of moderate, reasonable person, whereas the past 15 months people have been attacking him as this plutocrat. And, there's a little frustration, I think, on the part of a lot of Democrats that, one, Obama didn't call him out on it, and two, that he's getting a pass by pivoting to the center like this, so close to the election. And, that's what's causing this near, apoplectic freak out.
I've got to say it's pretty funny, though, Mika, reading the editorials
yes,
from the press.
For you, I bet.
Oh, it's funny because you read it, and it can't be at the end of the day that Barack Obama was just not up to the task. Suddenly it's, oh, Mitt Romney just lied.
Well, no, he did.
He was the biggest liar of all time.
Well, no, he did.
And he was
But it was
so Barack Obama is so shocked that he lied that he couldn't even respond because he lied. I mean, seriously,
stupefied.
Let me tell you, if they believe that at the White House,
then
they're going to lose the second debate as well.
This is why the most. I mean, I was watching
They are
football this
spinning
weekend.
like crazy.
I was watching football this weekend. The most common commercial I saw was Obama campaign's commercial saying Mitt Romney misled you at the debate. They must have poured millions into that commercial because they knew they lost it.
Is it not, though, the worst of the excuses, at least to my mind, is that, how come the moderator didn't interrupt him and ask him about the 47%? How about the President of the United States standing up there and doing it?
Well,